right, welcome back to Brighter Race. Today we're just wrapping up our study here in Proverbs 3, talking about our wealth, honoring the Lord with our wealth, and the first fruits of our produce. All right, first we need to expect true favor from God when you do well. See, oftentimes a lot of people I've talked to, and you get this kind of this fear. Because the whole prosperity gospel thing, you get this kind of knee-jerk reaction to like, well, if I do good, I shouldn't expect anything from God. Because I don't want to do the prosperity gospel. The prosperity gospel is that you're trying to manipulate God with your money, right? You want something. You desire something. You think you need something. And therefore you give money in order to make God do something for you. That's manipulation. That's evil. That's wrong. That's the prosperity gospel. But if you serving the Lord with your money, like I want to honor God with what I'm doing with my money, with all my possessions, what am I doing with my house? If I want to honor the Lord and I'm seeking God's kingdom first with that, then I should expect favor and blessing and that my barns would be full and my vats would be overflowing. I shouldn't expect the cheap stuff. I shouldn't expect God to be stingy. I mean, He's given us all things. Why wouldn't I expect that? And so that's what we need to do first. If you truly are honoring the Lord with your money, if you can honestly say that and you're looking through and you're like, yep, God, I've given my money truthfully, all the different things that are connected to that are honoring of you, then I can be like, okay, Lord, fill the barns, make the vats explode. Bring not only what I need to live, but also refreshment, enjoyment in this life. And God says He do that. He will do that if you honor the Lord with your stuff. And then we also need to be flexible in submitting to the Lord, right? Because the idea is that we need to be content in every situation. Paul was honoring the Lord with his money. I'm sure he was. And there was times of plenty and there was times of not. And there was times where he struggled to have anything. There's times when he was in jail. Was his barn overflowing? Not maybe in financially, but spiritually, definitely. He was given everything he needed, and just the Lord provided. He didn't die of starvation when he was in there. People provided for him, and so in that sense, yeah, his barn was full. And we also have to remember, what does that mean? It's not about, oftentimes, if I had a picture of was my barn being full or my vats being bursting with wine, I guess it depends on what size you're thinking, right? Because it's my barn. It's not someone else's barn. It's not, barns I don't own. Like, it doesn't say, like, you'll have barns, and then he'll get another barn, and that one will be full, and then you get another one. That was kind of in the parable that Jesus told about the guy that had a bunch of money, and he's like, well, I got this huge harvest, now I got to build these extra barns. Like, well, okay, man, what are you going to do? Because your soul is going to be claimed tonight. You're going to die. Those barns don't help you. So, because he wasn't honoring God with his money, with his possessions, with his produce. So, but you need to be flexible with the Lord. Submit to the Lord, whatever He would have you to do. There'll be times when your barn is really small, but it'll be full. There'll be times when the vat is really tiny. It's more like a cup, and they'll be full. But it always is full. That's the thing, too. If you think about it, it's always full. It may not be as big as you want it to be, or not as big as you hoped it would be, but it will be full. He will fill it. And that's the idea. Like, it's not barns that you don't have, because that then becomes, well, I'm not honoring God because I'm not happy with what I have. No, the barn is full. It may not be the size that you want, but it'll be full. So was Job's barn full? That's why that thought just came to mind. Was Job's barn full even though he lost everything? Now, physically, probably not. But spiritually and in reality, yeah, his barn shrunk, right? It got really small. But was he dying of starvation? No, I mean he had the illness that was killing him, but that the disease or whatever that Satan put upon him. But it wasn't because he didn't have anything. It's it's because of that. But was he was he dying of starvation? Did he have nothing to drink at all? No. So the barn might shrink. That's where we need to be flexible. Our barns might shrink. We might have a smaller barn than we had yesterday. But it doesn't mean it won't be full. I mean, a smaller barn is easier to fill than a large barn. So it has to do with perspective, really, ultimately. Do I have what I need today? Did he give me my daily bread? What I need to live right now, do I have that? That's the question. So we need to be flexible and submitting to the Lord. So that is my 2 things I want to give to you this week to think about. Expect a true favor from God when you do well, and then be flexible in submitting to God. Let your barns grow and shrink. Let the vat be a shot glass or a winery in Napa somewhere. But if you have one of those, be happy. If it's really tiny, be happy. If it's huge, you have multiple vats that are bursting with wine, be happy with that too. So come back next time and we will start a new study in Proverbs here. We're going to be moving on, and we'll probably, we're going to be looking at 11 through 12, yes, about the Lord's discipline. That's coming up next. And so hope to see you back here next time for that, with Proverbs 3, 11 through 12.